Hello, everybody. It's numerologist Michelle Buchanan here. How are you doing? Can you believe it's October 2023 already? We're in the final quarter of the year. Well, not yet, because this forecast is a few days early, but in a couple of days, we are going to be in the final quarter of 2023. Can you believe how quickly this year has gone by? And it's been such an incredible year on so many levels already. And as you've heard me say, and the forecast that I've been doing throughout this year, that we have in numerology a universal year number that's for the year itself, which in this case is 2023. And when you add 2023 together, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 gives us a 7. So that's a 7 universal year number that everybody on the planet is in and is influenced in some way. But bearing in mind, we are more influenced by our own personal year number that I'll be giving you the forecast for in a few minutes. But I always like to do a little introduction on the forecast. Oh my goodness. Hi, Joanna from Papua New Guinea. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown here on what that 7 universal year means as a recap, because it is a really important year. What the 7 universal year is doing for all of us is it's influencing us and it's encouraging us to see the bigger picture of life, to dig deeper and to look into the secrets and mysteries of the universe, to look deeper into the bigger truths of who we are individually and what our own issues are, our own triggers, our own need for personal development, our own self-awareness, so that the greater we know ourselves, the deeper we dig into understanding ourselves and what we believe about ourselves and our life and our past and our present and where we're going, to understand how powerful we are as creative beings. And we do have a say in the circumstances and experiences that we attract into our life on a daily basis. And the 7 universal year is saying, see the truth of who you are, but also see the truth of what is going on around you, to not just take things at surface value or face value, to not believe everything that you may hear because everybody else thinks that way, or because the mainstream news is saying it so, to really tune into your intuition and be listening to your own inner guidance. Does that feel true to me? Or in my life experience, what's my truth? Because 7 is the number of truth. So on one level, it's understanding the real truth of what you really are, which is you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and you are so powerful and so strong and so protected and so watched over, and you have guidance shining down on you. We all do, from higher sources, ascended masters, spirit guides, guardian angels, the angelic realm, Mother Earth herself, assistance from our galactic family of light. And this is a year where it's really starting to amp up. And it's not only this year, this will carry on from now on. It's just, this is a year that's really going to catapult everything forward. Now, also what the 7 universal year is encouraging all of us is it's encouraging us to also find our spiritual truth and to solidify, amplify, or increase or work upon building our own spiritual relationship with whatever it is that we believe in. So I just love that I get to talk about this here on the Hay House Live Forum, because if you're a Hay House family member, then you're already on that path of self-awareness, self-understanding, and forming a spiritual relationship with whatever that higher power is that you believe in, and utilizing it and cultivating it so that you can raise your own vibration. You can become a lot more powerful, be more in alignment and more synchronicity with life itself through having a higher vibration, through that connection that you've built upon. Also, to be doing more spiritual practices this year that we will carry on through for the rest of our lives, that once we've set them up, we will continue to be using them for our well-being and to increase our vibration. Things such as regular meditation, breath work, understanding how we're breathing, our health and our well-being, drinking more water, understanding what water really is and how powerful and how important it is to us since we are mostly made of water. Understanding our relationship to the stars and the planets. And you always hear me talk about Pamela Gregory and her astrological forecasts. If you haven't already heard me say that and you're new to listening to me, then look up Pamela Gregory on YouTube and listen to some of her astrology forecasts as to what's going on for all of us planetarily and astrologically. As well as understanding, we can also, a lot of people are getting into mindfulness, being aware of our patterns of behavior, looking at ourselves like we're watching ourselves as a third party, looking down at the bigger picture of life and getting an idea for who we are and why we behave the way we do and why do I react that way or why did I think that way? And if you trace it back, you will see that it's usually just an automatic pattern of behavior, an unconscious or subconscious pattern of behavior that's not even real or true and doesn't necessarily serve our greater good. So this 7 universal year is encouraging us to stop and to look at that bigger picture and to put all the pieces together and rewire ourselves from a much more optimistic, positive, self-empowered point of view. Now, we've got that 7 universal year that influences every single one of us, and that's the dominant vibration for all of us in terms of the universal year number. But we also have a universal month number each month that goes alongside the universal year. So that universal year number is a 7, and I just gave you a little bit of a description about that. But now let's look at the universal month number for October, and that's an 8. How do I get that 8 universal month number? Because we get the universal year number 7, and we're going to add that to October, which is literally a 1 or a 10. You add that to 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. So that's why October is an 8 universal month number with that 7 universal year. And what does the 8 do? Well, it brings the influence of self-empowerment. Now, in numerology, a lot of people focus when they're evaluating number 8, they're focusing on money, business, career, because it's known for that. And that is one aspect of the 8, is that sort of thing, money, business, career, finances. But a really important part of number 8 that a lot of people seem to overlook, but is extremely important, especially to all of us right now in this upcoming month of October, is self-empowerment and issues to do with our personal power. So it's really important, especially when you combine this with the 7 universal year, to reclaim our personal power over anything or anyone that has caused us to feel disempowered in some way. So for some people, it will mean overcoming fears or overcoming a feeling of powerlessness or overcoming feelings of lack of, a feeling of having no control of what's going on, like Big Brother or governments or sort of that we're being controlled by the powers that be and we are powerless and we have no say. We are powerful. We're powerful creative beings. And when we focus our attention on the outcome that we want, because what we believe to be will be, and we attract what we believe and we attract what we focus our attention on. When we focus our attention on the fact that we are self-empowered, we do have a say, and we can create the outcomes that we focus our attention on, all of a sudden we become self-empowered. And so whether you are afraid of financial insecurity, that you don't feel financially stable, whether you're afraid of the future or the future of the planet, or whether you're afraid of Agenda 2030 or whatever it could be, or the fear of being alone or the fear of being unwell or whatever it is, this is a month to really amp up that belief and that ability to release all of those fears and insecurities and to find that courage and strength within you, not only within yourself, but remember, we're in that 7 universal year where we've got all that celestial cosmic energy and light shining down on us, waiting to just be utilized. It's sitting at our fingertips. All we have to do is recognize it, understand that it exists, and call it in. Invite that energy in to help you feel courageous, to help you overcome your fears, to help you see the glass half full, and to be self-empowered and to release any fears of being controlled or having no say in what happens to you in your life, because you have a lot of say. And this is what I mean about understanding how powerful we actually are as creative beings. So number 8 is it's basically the number of manifestation when it comes to the law of attraction. And so because we're all in an 8 universal month for October, especially if you are in a 7 personal year, you get a double dose of this. And so it's really important to understand the intricate details of the law of attraction and the manifestation process. And one of the easiest ways you can do that for free is to go onto YouTube and look up Abraham Hicks and watch some videos of Abraham there. Also, we have for those that are more technically, more scientifically based and like evidence and like to get right into the manifestation process from more of a scientific angle, look at your Dr. Joe Dispenzas. For those that are old school, you go back to your Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, or people that just are skimming across the surface and are just an entry level. You might go back to your Secret, The Secret or that sort of stuff. But of course, as you hear me say all the time, if you're a regular listener, Sandra Ann Taylor's Quantum Success, one of the best books on the manifestation process that exists out there. So let's take a look now. And I want to tell you about something that I'm reading at the moment. Well, I'm not really reading it. I'm listening to the audiobook because I love audiobooks and I love to learn and be inspired when I'm doing things out and about, whether I'm out walking, whether I'm getting the housework done and doing some cleaning. I've got my audiobook on, and what I'm listening to at the moment, guys, that's really making me feel so good inside and making me feel uplifted and really good. It's actually a Hay House title. I don't know if you can see it because my phone will probably reflect here, and it is looking a bit shady. Yeah, it's not going to show up. But yeah, sorry about that. Oh, hang on, there we go. It's actually it's called The Golden Future by Diana Cooper. And it's talking about what to expect and how to reach the 5th dimension, the 5D world, the new earth, which is where we are, which is where we're going. And what it will do is this book, which I absolutely love, it talks about what it's going to be like for us and what that feels like and how it's only within a 10-year period, 9 to 10-year period. And it's so inspirational. And I listen to it and I just go, oh my God, I feel so positive about the future, because sitting here right now, sometimes I freak out and I go, what the hell is going on? But I listen to something like this and it uplifts me and it gives me something to look forward to, because that's really important for us, is to look forward to something. And another amazing thing is when you have an idea or a vision in your mind of how it can be, whether it's something in your own personal life, a problem you're going through, a situation you're trying to overcome, when you have a vision of what that can be and how good it can be and the completion of it or the overcoming of it or the positive outcome in your mind's eye, and you visualize that, you create it and you attract it into your world. So by doing that with our everyday life, but also hearing about this world that we're moving into and what that looks like and how it's going to be on a day-to-day basis, wow, it will uplift and empower and inspire you. And that's really going to help you to get through these crazy times that we're sort of in right now, which are the days, times, and months of transition. So that's something that's really helping me that I wanted to pass on to you. Now, what I also want to do is I want to tell you, as I do every month, that I'm drawing 5 free numerology software reports of your whole numerology chart, a 12-month forecast of the next 12 months, but also your whole numerology chart from your birth certificate, name, and date of birth. It's like a 27-page report. How do you get one of them? Well, you can either sign up to my newsletter each month of your forecast and other special offers I give for my readings and things. And you would just go to michellebuchanan.co.nz, and the link will be here in the comments here in this post. And sign up for the newsletter, and I will draw 5 people within by the 7th of October. On the 7th of October is when I draw the winners. So hopefully you hear this video or watch this playback before the 7th of October can enter. Or if you already subscribe to my newsletter, then just flip me an email and go, Michelle, put me in the drawer, and you'll be put in the drawer as well. All right, so you've got to the 7th of October when the winners are drawn, and that's 5 free reports that I will be sending out. Now, let's calculate your personal year number for this whole year. We're going to do this by adding the day and month of your birth date to number 7. Why number 7? Because 2023 is a 7. So once again, we're going to add the month and day of your birth date, and we're going to add that to number 7. And let me use the example birth date, the 28th of March, all right? We would go 2 plus 8 plus 3 plus 7, all right? So 2 and 8 is 10. 10 and 3 is 13. 13 and 7 is, what is it? 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. All right, so we're going to add the day and month of your birth date to number 7. You may end up with a double-digit number. If you do, keep adding those double numbers together until you eventually get a single number between 1 and 9. That's your personal year number for the rest of this year. Now, if you didn't quite catch what I was saying, or you're much better looking at things visually, then there's a link in the comments down here in this post that will take you to my Facebook, my website page, where you can read how to calculate your personal year number, and then you can jump back on board and listen to the playback of this video. You're not going to miss out on any instructions. So one more time, at the day and month of your birth date to number 7. If you get a double-digit number, keep adding those double numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 9, and that's your personal year number for this whole year. Let's start with personal year number 1. All right, guys. Well, you guys are in a whole new beginning this year. It's a whole fresh start. For many of you, it will be really obvious. You know, I've got one of my close friends is in a 1 year, and it's so obvious. She's got a job interview for a new job next week. She's just started talking to a new partner. She's been single and she's just started talking to somebody, see where that goes. So, and there's opportunities to advance in her career as well. So there's all these new doorways opening. And so some people, it can feel like there's not really a whole lot of newness happening. You may still be in the same career, same relationship, everything's the same old, but you will find that there is opportunity for you to have this whole new mindset, a whole new way of looking at things. You may have a different outlook. You may feel like you're a breath of fresh air and that you've grown out of certain ways of thoughts, of patterns of behavior, or just hobbies that you may have had, or that you're just changing who you are. You're having this transformation and inner changes are going on. But it is a year where it really is a time for you to take the bull by the horns and go with that new mindset, those new opportunities, those new ideas, a new you. All right. Now, for the month of October, it's where we kind of are sitting in this new beginning, this whole year. But for the month of October, you're in a 2-month. All right. You're in a 2-month for October. And that means, and I'm just referring now to my numerology guidance oracle cards. These are oracle cards that give you amazing messages, but not just messages, advice on the law of attraction and the manifestation process on how you can achieve the results that you want. Using the advice in these cards. And you don't need to know anything about numerology at all to be able to use them. They're very user-friendly and very focused on the flower of life. But for you guys, the card for you for this month is 2, patience. Okay, for your 2-month, patience. And that is because things need to slow down for you, and they're going to slow down this month for you. And this is where you're learning, almost let go and let God. So you're learning how to not be a human doing, you're learning how to be a human being. So it's about sitting into that divine, that feminine energy of just being in the moment and trusting that everything will unfold as it's meant to, without trying to take over and control everything and make and force things to happen. So this month, it's very important that you do slow down and that you are patient, that you don't force things to happen. You don't try and control everything, that you trust that life has got your back, that things will unfold the way that they're meant to, and that you get out of your own way. Because if you don't do this in a 2 vibration, whether you're in a 2-year or a 2-month, and by the way, this month is giving you a little taste, a tiny wee taste of the kind of energy you will be in next year. Because next year, your entire year in 2024 is a 2-year, all year. So with you being in a 2-month this month, it's giving you, oh, thank you, Kelly, for using my cards and loving them. Oh, I like that. That's so nice. You've made my day. So what it's saying is, it's giving you a little mini taste of that 2 energy and what's to be expected next year. And it's kind of saying, trust your intuition, see the bigger picture of life, And know that when you do the groundwork, which the groundwork is being optimistic, visualizing what you want, using the law of attraction to set yourself up by putting your order in and giving it energy, but you let go and you detach and you just do what feels good and you maintain a high vibration and you trust and you go with the flow of life without pushing or forcing or manipulating or controlling. You just sink into it and just trust. Everything will come to you. All right. And that's basically the biggest lesson of this month that you're in. Now, other things to be aware of for this 2 month is it can also be where there's a focus on relationship issues that may have been brewing beneath the surface may rise to be resolved. And it's going to mean that you need to be more cooperative than you normally would, more considerate, more understanding of other people and seeing their side of situations as opposed to only your side. All right, to be flexible and adaptable and understanding and kind and gentle and soften your judgment, soften your hardness about things are black or white. Look at the gray area, be broad-minded. Also what you need to do in this 2 month is to really focus on developing your intuition and your psychic abilities. So if you're thinking of doing any spiritual classes, meditation classes, advancing your intuition or psychic development courses or online classes, or just spending more time in prayer, spending more time in nature with the softness of life and getting back to basics, and self-love and self-care is very important for you this month. And if there's any situations that come up where words need to be said to smooth things out with other people, I really suggest that you take that opportunity, clear the air, iron issues out, and make sure that you love yourself first and foremost, that you're kind to yourself and you treat yourself like your own best friend. All right? That's some advice for you for October. I hope you have a great one. So we'll move on now to personal year number 2. And you guys are in this 2-year all year. And this 2-year for you has been about learning to slow down a bit, learning to just let go and let God, or to trust life and to not force things to happen or to get all attached and desperate and controlling. That energy is just going to spin you out. It's just going to go round and round in circles like the little hamster on the wheel and get you nowhere. It's really about sinking in and being a human being, not a human doing. Now, here's the thing. The more that you sink in and connect with your higher self, the more that you spend time in nature, the more that you're meditating, the more that you are softening yourself and sinking in, and you are in a high vibration, positive thinking, feeling at one with all that is, then when you're in that space, you receive what's called divine inspiration or divine guidance. That's intuitive inspiration that helps you to not work hard, but work smart, not hard. In other words, the moves and action that you do take is inspired action, and it's come from an intuitive hit. And therefore, when you take that action, it's a direct hit. It's a success because it's come from a higher place, rather than your own ego mind telling you, do this, do that, make this happen, force that to happen, cling on to that, be desperate for that. It's not come from there. It's come from the higher self. It's come from source energy. And it's saying, hey, send that email now. Out of the blue, boom, you send the email, someone says, oh, that's perfect. I was hoping someone like you would contact me right now. Here's an amazing opportunity. That's how it works. And the 2 years is teaching you how to slow down, all right, so that you can hear that intuitive guidance and go within. But for the month of October, you're getting a mini taste of what's to come next year, because in October, you're in a 3-month, but you're going to be in a whole 3-year for all of next year. So it's giving you a taste of what that 3 energy might be like for October. And the 3 energy is asking you to be more optimistic. It's asking you to see the glass half full, because it's showing us number 3 is the number of joy and happiness and creativity. And it's asking us to tap into those feelings within ourselves. But first of all, what it may do, the 3 energy, may highlight or amplify whatever is causing us to feel unhappy or not joyful. So it may highlight that, so we can be aware of how we're feeling and what's going on and why, and we can take the necessary steps to flip that around so that we are learning how to eliminate those thoughts, perceptions, because even in the most challenging of circumstances, guys, we can still have an optimistic heart. We've come here to learn, grow, and evolve from the life experiences we have, right? And life is challenging. And we signed up for that because that's how we learn, grow, and evolve, from that variety of experience, from the contrast. Gives us the opportunity to really flex our muscles and put to practice what we've learned in terms of overcoming challenges. But we can get through challenging times with a positive, optimistic heart. For example, I know I'm going through this challenge right now, but I know I can overcome it. I know everything is at my fingertips to help me to achieve it. I'm going to ride out this wave. I'm going to feel all the different variety of emotions that have been presented to me so I can be an all-rounded, well-rounded, broad-minded human being from experience. And so it's about having that kind of attitude. You know, the number 3, and here's your numerology guidance oracle card for the month. It's the number 3 numerology guidance card about creativity. And that's not just expressing ourselves creatively. It's explaining that it's such a powerful manifestation number 3, the number of creativity, and to understand that our words are affirmations. So what we're saying, if we're saying something like, oh, it always goes wrong for me, or nothing ever goes right for me, or there's nobody out there for me, or, you know, I'll never get the job that I want, or I'm always sick. Whatever you're saying is an affirmation, and you're attracting that to you. Those words are so powerful. And in the energies that we're in now, in these days and times, you really can't afford to let yourself slip. You've got to understand that what you're saying, you're creating. So get on board with being positive about how you use your words and those creative thoughts. Be optimistic. See the glass half full. This is also a month where you want to be more social if you can. Get out and about. Have a bit of fun. Let people know who you are. Tell people who you are. Tell people what you do. It's a great energy to network and to sort of get out and about and socialize. It's also a time to communicate, get things off your chest, okay? So if there's things that need to be said with people you know, have those conversations, even if they're awkward, because the whole point is about clearing the air and creating more harmony within yourself, within your life, and with other people. All right, so I'll leave that with you. I hope you have a fantastic October. And we'll move on now to personal year number 3. So you guys are in this 3 year where you are learning how to have more joy in your life. You're learning how to see the glass half full, no matter what circumstances are going on around you in your life. You're learning how to have that optimistic mindset, even in the face of adversity. To be able to say, yes, life is hard. Yes, I'm going through this challenging time, but I know I'll get through it. I know there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because the number 3 is also not only the number of of optimism and finding our joy. It's also the number of understanding how creative we are as creative beings, because number 3 is the number of creativity. Okay, and so you're learning how to use that creative ability that you have this year more so than ever before, that you can use that creative energy to your advantage to attract the outcomes you want, to attract solutions to the problems that you feel are helpless, to find those opportunities that you're looking for. Use that 3 to your advantage. Now, for the month of October, you're in a 4 month. And what's that? Here's your numerology guidance card for this month of October. That's number 4, perseverance. All right, perseverance. This is what you're learning this month. You're learning when the going gets tough, the tough get going. It's about learning how to not give up. It's about learning how to create a solid foundation within you, within your own self, within your mind, your body, your spirit, and your physical world, creating those pillars up and around you that will hold you high. No matter what comes your way, you will overcome. It's also a month where effort is required, to put the effort in, the groundwork, the doing the action that needs to be had or needs to be taken to get yourself and your life where you want it to be. Now, for some people, it may mean from a health perspective, doing the effort or the work that needs to be done to improve your physical health. For someone else, it might be action is needed to be taken this month to get your career or your finances where you need them to be. Somebody else, it might be, I need to take action and put effort in to improve a certain relationship with a child or a partner or a work colleague or a client. One thing that's certain with the 4 month is it's certainly not a month to sit back and laze around. There is work that needs to be done, but the cool thing is the efforts and the rewards are there when you put in the effort. And so that's the benefit of the 4. And you can really, at the end of this month, look back and go, wow, look at what I've accomplished in this time. Wow, I've really gotten far. And this gives you a taste of next year, because next year, you're going to be in a 4-year for the whole year. So this month of October is giving you a mini taste of what next year may be about. So it gives you a sort of an introduction. So some of the best things you can do in the 4-year is look at yourself, whether it's something personal you want to work towards, a personal goal, or whether it's a goal in the physical world, or something that needs to be done. For some people, it might simply be, I just want to get my house in order so that we can get it ready to sell, or get some renovations done, or get some repairs done. Everyone's life circumstances are different, but it's saying, put the effort in, do the work. Don't procrastinate. Don't run away from work that needs to be done. Don't sweep it under the carpet and hope it goes away. Do what needs to be done, because the rewards will be there if you do. So persevere and take it seriously and get that work done. You really do have to throw yourself in there to get results, says Rose. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is, Rose. And the cool thing is, the universe knows you by name. The universe knows what you're up to. So the universe sees what you're putting, the effort you're putting in, and the rewards are there. These rewards are there, and your efforts are being noted. So put some effort in. So I'll leave that with you, and I hope you have a fantastic October. And we'll move on now to personal year number 4. So you guys are in this 4-year where effort has been required of you this year. It hasn't been a laze around, easy peasy year where there's nothing to do. There's definitely been a lot going on. There's been effort required from you. You probably have needed to get organized, to get things sorted out. It's a year of perseverance and patience. It's been a year where you can't force things to happen. So many people in 4 years find that it feels like, the way I describe the 4 energy, it feels like you want to go for a run, but you're wearing concrete boots. So you sort of feel like, I want to sprint, but I've got these bloody concrete boots on and I can really only go so far. You want to go sprinting ahead, but you feel limited. So it can feel like there's some limitation there, some restriction there, some delays and obstacles. But that's the point of the 4. It's teaching you perseverance, self-discipline, optimism, patience. And if you can adopt those personality traits and go through that 4 energy in that mindset, the rewards will be there. And it's about getting yourself and your life where you want it to be by putting effort in. Now, for the month of October, here's your numerology guidance oracle card. You are in a month of change. All right, you're in a 5-month for October, and that's about progress, movement, and change. So actually, it's going to be quite a bit more fast-paced moving for you this month, which I'm sure you're going to love, because the 4 can be slow, heavy, dense, but things will definitely speed up for you this month of October. And also pay attention, because this month of October, this 5-month for you, it's giving you a mini taste, a mini introduction to the whole year next year of you being in a 5-year for all of 2024. So all of next year, you're in a 5-year, and October gives you a mini taste of what that might entail. So here's the deal. To make the most of October in this 5-month, if you've got changes that need to be made, make them. If there are changes that need to be made in your life, don't procrastinate. Don't hope it's going to just go away and take care of itself, because the thing with the 5 energy is a little saying that I have with 5, and it is, anything can happen, and it usually does. And things can come from left field. Unexpected things can happen. Now, sometimes that can be a really cool, exciting, unexpected, where things you really didn't think were possible can happen. And that's why I say to you, try out for things that you really didn't think you had a hope in hell. Like, give it a shot, because you've got nothing to lose. Because when there's a 5 energy, anything can happen. Like, really, I've seen so many miraculous things happen to people, including myself, in a 5 cycle that you never would have thought would be possible. But anything is possible with number 5. So what else can happen is if there are changes that need to be made in your life, or you need to be taking or progressing forward with something, but you're not, because maybe you're procrastinating, you're lazy, you can't be bothered, you're afraid. Well, sometimes the universe or life can kind of give you the boot up the butt and sort of put you out there on the hot seat, and you kind of have no choice, because now you're thrown in the deep end, because you could have taken action in your own free will, but you didn't, and now they're giving you that boot and they're kicking you off the cliff, and you're like, shit, now I've got no choice, I really do need to get it sorted. So isn't it better to take the bull by the horns and be proactive in that, rather than being thrown in the deep end? So that's why I say, if there are changes that need to be made, make them. And then there can be changes that can come onto our path that we didn't see coming. And that's just the nature of the 5. But here's the cool thing. It's teaching you how to be adaptable and flexible, and how to go with the flow, to just pivot. And that's the key word about the 5, is to learn to pivot. All right. And so, yeah, make changes, learn to pivot, and also great time to be adventurous, have a bit more freedom and fun in your life. So if you can take a break or a vacation, or just do something different in your everyday life, even if it's something like take a different route home from work, or try a different recipe, or make some different type of food, or, buy a different type of cereal, or whatever it is, or try something new and different to stimulate your mind and to shake things up a bit. It's also a great time to be more social and to market or network yourself, to promote yourself. All right. I'll leave that with you, and I hope you have a fantastic October. And now we'll move on to personal year number 5. You guys have been in a year, all year so far, of progress, movement, and change. And it can be quite a fast-paced movement, fast-paced moving year this year with 5, especially because anything can happen, and it usually does. And you really have to pivot. You have to learn how to be really adaptable and flexible, and go with the flow, because anything can happen, and it usually does. For many of you, there may have been changes that have presented themselves to you so far in your life so far this year, things you didn't see coming, whereas others have deliberately been sort of in the driver's seat of life, been a bit more proactive in making those changes. One thing's for certain, life is trying to push you forward, okay? It's about progressing. Progress, movement, and change. Let's get things rolling. Let's shake things up a bit. And that's what you've been going through this whole year. Well, for the month of October, you're actually in a 6 month. And for the 6 month, it's giving you a little bit of a taste for what's to come next year. Because for all of next year, for all of 2024, you are in a 6 year. And you're in a 6 month this month. So it's giving you a little bit of insight of what that 6 might entail. Now, here's your Numerology Guidance Oracle card for the 6. And it's only one theme of what the 6 will mean. But one of the themes for 6 is love. And, love is a very broad umbrella of circumstances. So obviously, what the number 6 can indicate for many people in terms of love can mean literally some people that are single can meet somebody. Other people that are in relationships, it can bring in another layer of a higher level of love and connection. Okay. Other people, it can mean sort of circumstances that are a little bit more conflicting, where you need to adopt unconditional love and be unconditionally loving and forgiving and understanding of people in your life. For some people, because also what 6 can do is it can say issues that have been brewing beneath the surface may rise to be looked at or rise to be resolved this month and next year. So it's about looking at the relationships around you, whether they are with a partner, family members, children, neighbors, work colleagues. It's not just a loved one. It's literally anyone in your life and that you have a connection with. And it's saying whatever is brewing beneath the surface, look at it, bring it out in the open, and sort of take steps towards improving things. So sometimes improving a situation or experience with another person means we have to part ways. We're not meant to be in each other's lives. And that can be the case for some people. Other people, it's like we just need to tweak a few things. We need to shift our perspective on some of these situations so that we can meet harmoniously in the middle, agree to disagree, or just see things or shift our perspective so that we can be more understanding of others. Love also for the number 6 is about seeing that love in the world, seeing the love that you want to be, the love that you want in your life, be that in the world, see the love in another's eyes, see the love and beauty in nature. You know, it's such a broad term, love. It's also self-love. The 6 is indicating a time and a period where you need to really focus on loving yourself and being your own best friend and being kind to yourself, because number 6 can be quite judgmental and critical. And it's learning how to accept the imperfection in yourself, in others, and in the world. And you are in this 6 energy. And so also what it's going to do is it's going to mean that out of the kindness of your heart, in a loving, kind way, to be there for those in need, because that's also what number 6s do. It's going to indicate a need for us to maybe be that shoulder to cry on, to be there for those that need a helping hand, to be loving and kind and giving without expecting anything in return. All right. And so work on those relationships, work on your self-love, and work on being there for whoever needs you, whether you know them personally or it's someone at the bus stop or at the queue at the supermarket or a stranger in the street that needs a hand with something. Be that person and spread more love and light in this world. So I'll leave that with you, and I hope you have a fantastic October. So let's move on now to personal year number 6. You guys have been in a year where this whole year for you has been about improving relationships in your life with the people around you. And it's not just romantic relationships or a partner. It can be with your children, grandchildren, family members, friends, the community, neighbors, work colleagues. And it's about being a shoulder to cry on, being there when you're needed. A lot of people in a 6th year literally are called on to be of assistance in some way, be of service. It might be helping family, and maybe helping a friend that needs assistance with minding her kids, or taking care of someone who's not well. Also the 6 is encouraging you to work on your self-love and to work on being your own best friend, because number 6 is learning how to build a strong relationship within your own self. So it's not only relationships with others that the 6 is encouraging this year, it's also your own relationship with yourself, self-care, being less judgmental of yourself, being kinder to yourself, focusing on what you like about yourself, what's good about you, and, for October, you guys are in a 7 personal month for October. And this is giving you a little taste of the year for all of next year, because for all of 2024, you're in a 7 year for the whole year. So October's giving you a little just a mini look into what next year is going to be like for you. And here's a card for you from the Numerology Guidance Oracle cards about your 7 month this month and next year. There is a focus on personal growth, okay? Now, that's not the only thing. That's only one aspect of number 7. Number 7 this month is asking you that in order for you to raise your vibration so that you can attract the things that you want, that you can improve your life, improve your health, to be more in synchronicity with life itself, to be in the right place at the right time, to have opportunities come to you rather than you have to hunt them down like a madman without having to be controlling and manipulative and all uptight and all desperate. They can come to you by raising your vibration. And how you raise your vibration in a 7 energy is through self-awareness and paying attention and taking the time to observe yourself and look at your patterns of behavior. Look at what holds you back. Look at some of the negative perceptions you have, or some of the negative beliefs or the limiting beliefs, and how they hold you back and how you are in your own way. And get out of your own way by recognizing these things in yourself, laughing at them, because we've got to laugh at ourselves. You can't get all uptight and beat ourselves up. We can laugh about how crazy we are as human beings. And be kind to yourself. Soften how you feel about yourself. Be kind to yourself, and then tweak and adjust and improve those little, patterns of behavior, all those triggers, all those limiting beliefs. Soften them and put them in that sort of high frequency of more optimism, and start to shift your life and start changing things, raising your vibration, and boom, the next thing you know, you live in the dream. Things are so much better for you. People are asking you, what's your secret? What have you been up to? Well, this is the beauty of number 7. It gives you the platform. It gives you the opportunity, the time, the space, the energy to be able to become that. And especially because we're all in a 7 universal year anyway. So you get a double hit of that 7 in the month of October. So use it wisely, because this can really help you, because next month you're going to be in an 8 personal month, and that's the month of manifestation. Now you're going to manifest more effectively if you've raised your vibration through self-awareness and personal growth. I want you to spend as much time as you can this month alone. 7 needs time and time alone, space and silence where possible, to really tune into that higher guidance, to really hear that intuition. The voice of the soul can be heard in silence, all right? So that's your advice for this month. Spend time in nature, get closer to your spiritual side, amplify that, and work on your personal development. I know it sounds boring, but really it's not, because all your dreams can come true if you do this. So use this 7 energy wisely, and I wish you a fantastic month. So let's move on now to personal year number 7. You guys have been in a year that's combined with the universal year number 7. And so you've heard me talk about this 7 so much throughout the year. So you must know all about it like the back of your hand, unless you're listening to me for the first time. So the 7 year and that you've got a double dose of is about really amplifying your connection to source energy, to really up your meditation, to really up your prayer, to really up your sound toning, chanting, whatever it is that you're into, whether you're into mindfulness, yoga, qigong, cacao ceremonies, breath work, it really doesn't matter. Whatever you need to do to solidify your relationship with source energy, do more of it, because this really is giving you a beautiful gift from the universe, is giving you this opportunity to raise your vibration. The higher your vibration, the healthier you are, the happier you are, the more you feel like you are part of a sense of oneness. You are happy, genuinely happy from the inside. All right, I want you to keep spending time alone. Spend time in nature. Do anything that read, study, learn. Fill your mind, heart, body, and spirit with knowledge and wisdom. That's going to raise your vibration this year. Now, for the month of October, we're going to get a number 8 here for you. You're in an 8, all right? The number of manifestation, a number 8. Personal month for you, as well as the universal month, and it gives you a little taste of the universal year and the personal year that you will be in next year, which is also an 8. And that's about learning about the intricate details of the law of attraction manifestation process. All right. Now, also there is a bit of a thing on the side here of number 8 about managing your finances. All right. Budget. Get your finances in order. Don't overspend. Don't overcommit yourself. Also, the number 8 is about career. Some of you may be looking at career changes, or there may be changes within your existing career, changes and shifts, or, there may be extra work coming. Some people may be losing income, or, not receiving money, but spending more money, or losing more money. But always believe what goes out must come back. All right. So if you do take a hit or a loss, it's okay. Just know the universe will send it back. Don't hold on to that loss. All right. The more you hold on to that loss, you're preventing the universe from sending it back to you. All right. So you say, it's all right. I'll let it go, and I let it go freely. I'm not attached, because what goes out must come back. All right. And I want you to have that mindset. Also, I want you to understand that the more that you imagine, whether it's a past memory or imagining something that's just a made up thought, the more you focus your attention on what you want and how you want your life to look, you will attract that. That's what creative visualization is. If you want to know more about it, just Google creative visualization. We attract what we focus our attention on, and our imagination is the key. It's such a powerful tool. And you're in this month of manifestation, so I want you to use it to your advantage, because by the time, think of this month as a stepping stone to you being able to manifest really incredible things next year by getting a head start in the month of October. So don't let it go to waste. All right, go onto YouTube, look up your Abraham Hicks, look up law of attraction, Google it, go and get some free information so you can really sharpen your pencil and get to know that manifestation process like the back of your hand, and use it to your advantage. All right, so I leave that with you, and I hope you have a fantastic October. All right. So let's move on now to personal year number 8. And you guys have been in a year where, hey, for some of you, there has been a focus on money, career, finances. It is certainly a year where you do not want to overspend. You want to budget. You want to make sure that you don't overcommit yourself financially. Take care of any legal matters or any outstanding issues that need to be dealt with. Don't sweep them under the carpet. It is a year that you've been in where it is important that you have a high level of integrity and honesty and do the right thing, but you also understand how powerful the manifestation process is for you this year. It is for all of us in the energy that we're in now. We're in the big leagues energetically now, but if you're in an 8, if you're in an 8 year in that big league energy, then you really want to take advantage of that, all right? And be aware that everything you say is an affirmation. Whatever you think, whatever you believe to be, will be. So make sure that you're believing and perceiving in a positive way. All right. Now, for the month of October, you guys, this is your numerology guidance oracle card. And for the month of October, you're actually in a 9 month, and you're in a 9 year next year too. I love the 9 years. It's one of the best years. And this can be a really good month for you too, because number 9 is the number of endings, completion, and transformation. So some of the advice for you this month is let go of what no longer serves you. In other words, what you've grown out of. For some of you, it may literally be a position, a job, a career. It might be a relationship or a friendship. You're just not vibing anymore. It's like you've outgrown a group of friends or a person or a partner, and you're feeling like this is the time of transformation where you are moving from a chrysalis into the butterfly. You're changing, and as you're changing, you're not the same person. Now, this is a little mini taste of how you're going to be feeling next year. So it is about learning that it's okay to jump into the unknown. So don't not take action when you feel that you really do need to end things or move away from things so that you can spread your wings and transform. Don't not do that out of fear of the unknown. Some people will cling to what they know. Better the devil you know. At least I know this isn't good for me, but at least I know what's going on. I'm in control of my life. Dare to let go and believe that you will be taken care of. Jump off the cliff and know you will be caught at the end. There is a bloody trampoline there. What is that thing where the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff? They will catch you. You will be fine, but you need to dare to dream, and you need to dare to jump, because you will be safe and you will be protected. But don't not jump because you're afraid of not knowing what the outcome will be. Have the courage to jump anyway. This is also a time for out with the old to make way for the new. All right. For some people, it may be something really minor, like literally having a spring clean of the home, or cleaning out the garage, or going through your wardrobe and saying, look, I haven't worn that outfit or that item of clothing for 3 years. Give it away. Donate things. The 9 is a humanitarian energy. So it's about being of service, being where you're needed, giving things out, or giving your time, attention, belongings to where they may be needed without expecting anything in return, simply because it's the right thing to do in certain circumstances, and it makes you feel good to be giving something to somebody who needs it. That's the nature of the 9 energy as well. The 9 energy is also about forgiving. It's about being able to forgive, let go, release, and move on. Detachment, acceptance of what is, releasing, forgiving, unconditional love. Now, you also are in this month where it is the 9 is the last in the block of 9 years. So not so much this month, because you're still in this 8 year, right? But next year, when you're in the 9 year, it is the last year of a 9 year block. So it's where you really get a lot of opportunities. And this may happen for you this month as well, where you can get a payoff for things you've been working on for quite some time can finally come to fruition. All right. So be aware of that. Whatever you've been plugging away and working towards may actually have that payback, that payoff can come in the 9 cycle of time, where yay, it's the light at the end of the tunnel, the holy grail. So put that energy out there and attract those circumstances into your life. And I wish you a fantastic October as you do that. All right. And then last but by no means least, we're going to go for personal year number 9, where you guys have been in a year of out with the old to make way for the new. And this whole year has been about moving from the chrysalis to the butterfly. It's a year of transformation. It's a year where a whole new you has been brewing beneath the surface and it's ready to be formed. And you're breaking free and you're going, wow. By the time you get to the end of this year, you're going to look back and go, man, I've done a lot of work, or I've come far. And I'm not the same person I was in January. I've come so far and I'm proud of myself. All right. So to carry on for the rest of this year, you are about forgiving, releasing, letting go. Let things go. Don't carry the past with you unless it's good. Only keep the good memories and the good stuff. Let everything else go. Leave it behind. And you're letting go of what no longer serves you. You're moving away from what's not working anymore into new beginnings. And it's really interesting because, for the month of October, you literally, here's your numerology guidance card for the month. And that actually is new beginnings. And it's really cool because not only are you in a new beginning, one personal month for October, but all of next year, you will be in a one personal year for the whole of 2024. So this month has given you a little taste of what that can entail. So the 1 month that you're in this month can be really good energy, really positive, like a breath of fresh air. Opportunities can come. So I want you to believe that. You have the affirmation. There are opportunities all around me. There are solutions. There are the right people at the right time. I am always where I need to be. Things always work out for me. What goes comes back. If I take a loss, it's all right. The universe makes up for it further down the line. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. As crazy as it may seem, or as challenging as it may be, all is well in my world. The answers are coming. Everything's working itself out and I can get through no matter what life sends my way. So for the month of October, if there's anything new that you want to begin, do it. You may find that new ideas present themselves to you. The more in harmony and in balance and in alignment that you are, the more high vibration you are through positive thoughts, positive thinking, and tuning yourself into the planet, into Mother Earth, into life itself through meditation, through being present, through mindfulness, through a silent, quiet time alone. The more connected you are and the higher your vibration, boom, you just receive all this intuitive guidance, all this divine guidance. Clear cognizance is extremely powerful because you're just getting these downloads, these ideas out of nowhere going, do this, take that action, contact that person. And you don't even need to think about it. It just comes to you. It's called divine guidance or inspired guidance, and it's inspirational. It comes from source energy and your own higher self. So this is the kind of energy you're in, and this is what you're moving into next year. So use it to your advantage. Whatever needs to be started, whatever you want to begin, doesn't matter if you finish it this month or this year. It's about getting it started. So even if it's an idea, but you aren't in a position yet to start taking physical action, write the idea down in a journal somewhere and start writing down some of the steps you're going to take when it is time to launch or when it is time to fully take it off the ground, because you are in a 1 year next year. So, that's the energy you're heading into. So what do I want from my life? What do I need to do? What steps do I need to take to make it happen? And believe that it's possible and be really optimistic about that. All right. So be in the driver's seat of your life. Take action. You've got a green light going forward this month. So use it to your advantage. Be optimistic and believe that you can be and you can have whatever it is you set your mind to. And I wish you a fantastic October. And I'll talk to you again next month for your forecast for November. All right, then. You take care. Bye.